Hi, I'm Anna, and today at Summer Arts we have Steve Church. Steve is a guest artist and lecturer, and today he is going to talk about his lecture tonight and a little bit also about his class that he taught this morning. So Steve, it's great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
How are you doing?
Doing well.
Good. How was your class that you were instructing this morning? Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, it was great. The students first did some work with some of the dancers, one of the dance instructors, and then I came in and talked to them a little bit about some stuff that they had read. We got into some discussions about essay form. It's a writing class about how to write memoir, new techniques, new ideas, some of the sort of controversies and challenges in publishing and memoir these days. So that was a lot of fun. We did a writing activity where I asked them to play with sound a little bit. So I asked them to close their eyes and listen to everything they could hear in the room, and then everything they could hear outside the room, and then to the edges of campus, and then 10 miles away and 100 miles away. And it was neat to see how even though the physical capabilities of their hearing ended essentially right at the room, they were able to imagine sounds and picture these things that they could hear 10 miles away and 100 miles away, and so that was a lot of fun.
I bet.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about your background, a little bit about your professional background, your teaching background?
Sure, yeah, I've been at Fresno State. Actually, I teach here in the MFA program, and I've been here, this is my fourth year, just finished that, and before that I was in Rhode Island where I taught for a year at a small liberal arts school there. Did my graduate work and taught for a couple years in Colorado, and then I grew up in Kansas. I studied philosophy as an undergraduate and kind of came to writing later, and so my path is a little bit indirect. I worked for several years as a maintenance man and a tour guide before I went to graduate school, and have since been kind of firmly down the path of teaching writing and nonfiction, memoir. I'm lucky enough to be at Fresno State with I have great students and great colleagues, and I like Fresno.
Well, I like Fresno too. So what do you hope your students are going to get out of this course?
I hope they're going to get an understanding of both how to write memoir and write about their personal lives, and sort of maybe the larger questions of why to do it. What's the purpose of writing? What's the purpose of using personal experience? How can you use the self and personal experience to engage with kind of larger ideas, bigger stuff that's going on? And hopefully they'll come away with a list of books that they need to go out and read.
I have a nice big summer reading list, so yeah. Is this your first year at Summer Arts?
No, actually, this is my second time as a guest artist. I taught, I think it was 2 years ago as a guest artist, but I've also either visited or been involved with it, I think, every year since I've been here, either just by coming to the events or sitting in on a class. Doug Rice and I, who coordinates the writing class, have developed a kind of partnership and relationship over the years. I think it's a really wonderful opportunity. I have several students in the class this year, and I've had quite a few students take them in the past, and they seem to get a lot out of them, and I certainly have fun teaching them.
I bet it's neat to see some of your students from Fresno State also in Summer Arts as well.
Yeah, it's great. It's a really cool experience. It's a good chance for them to meet other writers from around the state, to be inspired and influenced by them, and the other artists as well. I think we don't always they get tired of me, so
how's that possible?
I don't know, but they somehow do, and so they need somebody else to talk to them and say the same stuff that I'm saying, but
right.
Just in a different way. So
tonight you're lecturing, and
yeah.
Are you excited about that? What are you gonna say? And
yeah, I'm probably more. I'm not so much a lecture as a reading, where I'll probably talk about. I'll talk a little bit maybe about my work, but I'll try to read some from probably a current essay that I'm working on. Again, dealing with sound a little bit. That's been the stuff that I've been writing about lately and thinking about sound. And so I'll probably read a piece from that and maybe a little bit from one of my more recent books.
Well, Steve, it's been really neat to be able to talk with you, and enjoy your evening reading your essay.
Thanks a lot.
I have an opportunity to experience things that are not necessarily in the academic environment, but that contribute to my understanding of my education as a whole. So to be at Summer Arts, it's a really awesome opportunity to be around people who are creative, like the stuff that we just did with Gail. She had us moving and using our bodies, and the fluidity of movement helps transfer ideas in a different way than I'm used to. I mean, to be around other people who are actually doing what I would like to do, which is writing, it's inspiring.